Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And in the series that I am making, um, uh, the major texts in 10 minutes, this is the second video of that series. And here we will discuss Pilgrim's Progress in 10 minutes. So we have already discussed Paradise Lost in 10 minutes. If you haven't watched that video, make sure you go back to my channel and watch. And now we will start Pilgrim's Progress in 10 minutes. I hope you are able to see the screen. Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan in 10 minutes. Well, it is a very, very crucial text when it comes to net. It is a Christian allegory, and the subtitle of it is From This World to That Which Is to Come. From this world to that which is to come. So from this world, that means this world, and that world, which means the heaven. Okay. It is divided in two parts. One part was published in 1678, and part two, the next part and the last part, was published in 1684. It is such an important text that it has been translated into more than 200 languages across the world. And it has been considered as the first novel written in English. So, according to literary editor Robert Macrum, he said that there is no book in English apart from the Bible to equal Bunyan's masterpiece for the range of its readership or its influence on writers such as C.S. Lewis, Nathaniel Hawthorne, Herman Melville, Charles Dickens, Louisa May Alcott, George Bernard Shaw, William Thackeray, Charlotte Bronte, Mark Twain, John Steinbeck, and Enid Blyton. So you can understand how important this text is. It is a journey. It is actually a journey towards heaven. And from the world, from the mundane world, a man named Christian starts his journey to reach heaven. Some other factors, important factors for you. Bunyan began writing this while he was in prison. And it starts like, as I walked through the wilderness of this world. This is very important. This quotation has come to the exam multiple times in various set exams. As I walked through the wilderness of this world, I lighted on a certain place where was a den. And I laid me down in that place of sleep. And as I slept, I dreamed a dream. And the whole book, Pilgrim's Progress, is written as a form of a dramatic sequence, a dream sequence, a dream vision. The protagonist Christian lives in the city of destruction, that is the world. And he begins his journey towards a celestial city, which is the allegorical name for the heaven. And remember, all the characters here, all the names of the characters here are allegorical. So you will understand as we will go towards the end. His wife was Christiana, and they had 4 sons. Evangelist is a man who puts Christian to the right path, and there are 2 other characters, obstinate and pliable. You can understand that they are negative characters who hinder Christian from going to his destination. The first place they go is Slough of Despond, which was a muddy land of, you can understand from the, you can trace the atmosphere from the name itself. It was a land of fear, doubt, lust, shame, discouragement, sinful thoughts, all the negative things in the world. Christian faces here the wicket gate. Very important. He faces the wicket gate, and he was unable to see the gate for some reason. An evangelist directs him to go to the shining light to get a hint of the way that he has to go to. In this bog, I mean, in this mud, in this murky land, pliable abundance Christian. Okay, so here we had obstinate and pliable. Obstinate had abundant Christian already, and pliable abundance Christian in this Slough of Despond. After a lot of struggling in this mud, um, Christian is pulled out by help. Help is a character. As I already said, Christian is the name of the religion and the man. Okay, so Christian is the representative of the religion Christianity. And help here is another character who pulls out Christian from the mud, from the Slough of Despond. On his way to the wicket gate, Christian meets Mr. Worldly Wiseman, who tries to distract him. As the name suggests, you can already understand that Mr. Wildly Wise Man means someone who is very wise, who claims himself to be wise, but he has only worldly knowledge, no knowledge beyond worldly matters and lusts and other worldly endeavors. So he tries to stop Christian but fails. Gatekeeper Goodwill, the gatekeeper of the wicket gate was Goodwill, who saves Christian from Beelzebub's archers near the wicket gate. So Beelzebub was a bad angel of hell. We have already talked about him in the Paradise Lost. I'm saying again, if you haven't watched that video, Paradise Lost in 10 minutes, go watch that video, because I have tried to explain the Paradise Lost in 10 minutes there with all the important information from net point of view. Then they come to Hill of Difficulty. Christian makes his first stop here for the night at the House of the Palace Beautiful. So House of the Palace Beautiful is a very important place where Christian steps into. This was a place that was made by God for the refreshment of pilgrims and other godly creatures who want to go to the celestial city and want to rest, relax. So House of the Palace Beautiful was a place made by God for them. Christian spends 3 days here. A question might come that how many days does Christian spend in the House of the Palace Beautiful? It is 3 days. Here, Christian meets four sisters who actually help him in telling Christian about all the drastic obstacles that they are going to face. Christian then lives with the armor of God on. Armor of God will help him further in the valley of humiliation, where he meets the demon Apollyon, who is the Lord and God of the city of destruction. Okay, so you can see that Christian has not even come all the way out of the city of distraction where he belongs, but already he has to face so much obstacles, so many obstacles, so much trauma and so many dangerous aspects. But in God's grace, he defeats the demon with the help of armor of God, the two-edged sword, the God's gift. And this battle between Apollyon and Christian lasted over half a day. Then Christian comes to the valley of shadow of death. Amidst gloom, terror, and demons, Christian hears the words of the 23rd Psalm. We don't see who is speaking these words, but it is supposedly spoken by his companion to be, that is faithful. Christian hasn't met him yet. He will meet him outside the valley. Then Christian and faithful come to the town of Vanity. This is a very, very important part here. It has been asked in net set multiple times. The Vanity Fair is a fair arranged by Beelzebub, and where selling and buying of soul is goes on, and they try to sort of tempt Christian and faithful, try to trick them into buying and selling their souls, but they are not doing that. So the bad characters, the bad angels, the treacherers, they are not able to trick them. Okay, they were not abiding by the customs of the faith, and they are beaten and imprisoned. Okay, and very sadly, Faithful is put on a trial and he is burnt alive. Okay, as a martyr. um, Before coming to the town of Vanity, they go through the world of salvation. Okay, the world of salvation that is stretched between the shadow of death and the valley of shadow of death and the Vanity Fair. And they find in the world of salvation the cross and tomb. We can see that this is where Christ died. The hints of Christ are there. Christian falls asleep there. The air was very sleepy, and Christian falls asleep. He loses the certificate that four sisters gave him in the house beautiful. Okay. However, after that Vanity Fair part, we know the Vanity Fair, William Thackeray took the name Vanity Fair from this text. Faithful is put on a trial, and Christian here finds a new friend whose name is Hopeful. Hill Lucre. Then they come to Hill Lucre, which was a mining hill, and the owner of this hill was Demas, and he offers them all the silver of the mine, but they were not to be, they were not tricked. A false pilgrim named Bayens and his friends are perished at the Hill Lucre. They were following Christian, but they were unable to go. Then they come to the dungeon of the Doubting Castle, where Christian and Hopeful are captured by Giant Despair and his wife, the giantess Diffidence. They are taken to the castle and they were planned to be killed by being stoused. But Christian escapes the castle with the magic key. The magic key was called Promise. Then they come to the Delectable Mountains, and Christian and Hopeful here are given a map by the shepherds. And on Mount Clear, they get a glimpse of the celestial city with the perspective glass of the shepherd. We can see that they are very, very close to the celestial city. Now they come to the Enchanted Ground. Christian and Hopeful gets trapped. Sorry, it will be get. It's grammatical mistake. I'm so sorry. They get trapped in a flatterer's trickery. Okay, the flatterer comes, and in the last part, in this Delectable Mountains, the shepherds already warned them about the flatterers who might come their way to distract them. But they are reminded of that, and they remember that Christian and Hopeful do not get tricked by the flatterers. They come their way. They meet an atheist also who tries to distract them. They meet wanton professor who was chained by the ropes of the seven demons. But no one can distract them. On the way, they meet Ignorance, which is a very important character here, who tried to go to the celestial city without the God's grace. He thought that, well, I can go to the celestial city with my own deeds. I have done good deeds, so I can go there. But he is unable to go there. Ultimately, he was, snatched by God, and he was put to hell. He was not successful in entering the celestial city. Okay, so yeah, then they come to River of Death. They had to cross the River of Death on foot for going to Mount Zion. Okay, so River of Death was a very, very crucial and a very dangerous place for them. Christian and Hopeful goes to the land of Beulah first, and then Christian, through the charms of that land, through the negative energies, he becomes very doubtful. He thinks that, oh my God, I cannot go. I am not able to go to the celestial city. Maybe I will drown here. I don't have the energy to go there. He is distracted and he is, hindered. But he almost drowns in the river. But at last, he's saved by Hopeful. Hope is always a good thing. I remember the line from the movie Shawshank Redemption. So it says there that hope is a good thing, maybe the most beautiful thing in the world. So here, Hopeful is the one who saves Christian from drowning in the river of death. Ignorance is driven to hell. I have already mentioned that. Christian and hopeful then cross the river on foot, comes to the Mount Zion, and they reach the celestial city. Here completes the journey of Christian. In the part 2, which was published in 1684, we can see the journey of Christiana, the wife of Christian, the 4 children, maiden neighbor Mercy, and the hero of this part 2, who was named Greatheart, who had to win a lot of battles during the journey. They begin their journey towards the celestial city. And at last, all of them come to the celestial city except the 4 sons who decide to stay by the end of the river of death, because the 4 sons, along with their families, they do not cross the river of death, remaining there to support the charge of that place. So that was Pilgrim's Progress. I hope this helped you, and thank you so much for watching. Like, share, and comment, and don't forget to subscribe. More videos like this are on their way to come, so stay blessed and healthy, and all the best for your preparation. Thank you so much.